Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Redesign Engineering. Today I will discuss about the metal forming process in manufacturing. So let's going to start. First one is the metal forming. Metal forming is a fabrication process that creates structural parts and components out of metal sheets or tubing. Forming process are two types. The first one is the bulk deformation process. In bulk deformation process includes the rolling. Rolling is the most extensively used for metal forming process. The material to be rolled is drawn by means of friction into the two revolving roll gaps. The compressive force applied by the roll thickness of the material or changes its cross-sectional area. Classification of rolling. Rolling is generally two types, hot rolling and cold rolling. Hot rolling uses large pieces of material such as slab, billets, and sheet them above their recrystallization temperature. The metal pieces are then deformed between rollers, creating their cross section. These cross sections are thinner than those forced by cold rolling process. Cold rolling. Cold rolling is a work hardening process used to change the structure of the metals, and is often used to process stainless steel. Another one is the forging. Forging is defined as metalworking process that shape workpiece into desired dimensions by compressive force applied through the use of dies and tools. Forging processes may be classified into the following ways. According to the temperature, is two types, hot forging and cold forging. And according to the arrangement of the dies, it two types, open die forging, closed die forging. According to the forging equipments, this one is the Smith forging, and I'm describing shortly. This is the traditional forging operation. Smith forging is the traditional operation, which is done openly by the village blacksmith or modern shop floor by the manual hammering or power hammering to get the desired shape. The operator has to manipulate the component in between the blows. Drop forging. This is the operation done in closed impression die by means drop hammer. Here the force for shaping the component applied in series of blows. The drop forging die consists of two halves. The lower half of the die is fixed to the anvil of machine, while upper half of the die is fixed to the ram. Press forging. It is similar to the drop forging. The press forging is also done in closed impression dies with the expectations that the force is applied by the hydraulic press. The metal is shaped by means of series of blows in drop forging, but by means of single squeezing action. Machine forging. Unlike the press or drop forging, where the material is drawn out, in machine forging the material is only offset to get the desired shape. Originally, this was developed for making bolts, but nowadays it is widely used to produce a variety of shapes. Generally, is originally is developed for the making bolt, but now it's producing a variety shape of products. Advantages of forging. Forging provides comparatively tougher product compared to casting. The fatigue strength of a forged product is higher. Forged product has higher mechanical properties, low cost production. The process does not require special skilled operator. Disadvantages of the forging: higher initial cost for big forging process. It cannot produce complex shape. Size is limited due to size of press. Brittle metal cannot be forged. Application: turbine rotor, generator rotor, etc. are forged product. Cold forging is used to produce chisel lots, etc. It is used in shipbuilding, in various structure works. Most of the moving parts like camshaft, crankshaft, gear, etc. Extrusion. Extrusion is the process in which the metal is subjected to the plastic flow by enclosing the metal in a closed chamber in which the only opening provided through die. The process is most commonly used in for the manufacture of solid and whole sections of non-ferrous metal or alloys. Types of extrusion. Extrusion is generally two types. The first one is the uh, hot extrusion, second one is the cold extrusion. Advantages of the extrusion. It is a continuous process, high production volume, low cost production, efficient melting, many types of raw materials, and gold mixing. Disadvantages. Limited complexity of part, uniform cross section shape only. OAR or bar drawing. Drawing is basically a cold drawing process. In this process, the material is poured through a die in order to reduce to the desired shape. Large quantities of wires, rods, tubes, and other sections are produced by drawing process. Material should have high ductile and good tensile strength. I mean, this condition is required for the wire or bar drawing. Advantages: low requirement and tooling cost, good surface finish and dimensional accuracy, high production rate, long length can be produced. Here also the some disadvantages. Deformation is limited to a small reduction, lubrication is necessary, production of constant cross section only. Sheet metal working process. Sheet metal forming involves forming and cutting operations performed on metal sheets, strips, and coils. Tools include pans, die that are used to deform the sheets. Type of sheet metal working process. And sheet metal working process includes that bending. The sheet metal is strained by pans to give a bend shape, usually in a straight axis. Bending operation is performed using pans and die tooling. Two common bending methods are used, V-bending and S-bending. V-bending is performed by the V die and S-bending is performed with a whipping die. Deep drawing. Forming of flat metal sheet into hollow or concave shape like cup is performed by stretching the metal in some regions. The sheet is drawn into the die hole, taking the shape of the cavity. Cutting or shearing. Shearing is a sheet metal cutting operation. A long straight line between two cutting edges. Shearing is typically used to cut large sheet into smaller sections for subsequent press working operations. The machine whose facilitates the shearing process is called power shear. It can be operated manually by laborers or can use advanced modes like hydraulic, pneumatic, or electric power. Miscellaneous process. And another one is the classification of the press tools. Classification of the press tools includes that blanking. Blanking involves cutting of the sheet metal along a closed outline in a single step to operate the piece from the surroundings. The part that is cut out is the desired product in the operation and is called the blank. Piercing tool. Piercing involves cutting of thin holes with a resulting step slug. The operation is called die cutting and can also produce flat component where the shape tool is pressed into a sheet material employing a shearing action to cut holes. This method can be used parts of different sizes and shapes in sheet metals. And another operation, another press tools are cut of tool, parting of tool, trimming tool, shaping tool, forming tool, drawing tool, progressive tool, compound tool, and combination tool. I think everybody got it about the forming sheet metal process. I mean metal forming process. So if you think that you are benefited by watching this video, please subscribe my channel, like, comment, share, and also press the bell icon to get the new videos.